I'm sure this shocked you when it happened. It shocked me when it happened. Andrew Luck retired. I could not believe it. When it happened, I was away. I was not making content at the time. Actually, my college football team was away at the beach on a retreat, and our coaches had taken away our cell phones. So when I was told Andrew Luck retired, I didn't have my phone. I didn't have a way of verifying the information. So I thought it was a practical joke. I just didn't believe it. I was like, no way. Andrew Luck wouldn't retire. That's unbelievable. He's 30 years old. He's in the prime of his career. Last year's season, 2018, was one of his best years of his entire career. He had 4,593 yards, 39 touchdowns, a 67% completion percentage. He won NFL Comeback Player of the Year. No way Andrew Luck retired. And he did. He did retire. In fact, for me, I was gearing up for the Colts to have, in my opinion, the Colts were gearing up for a run at a Super Bowl. I thought, man, they put together this incredible team. Andrew Luck is back. He's healthy. They got a head coach. I liked it all. And Andrew Luck walked away. Now, Andrew Luck made his decision, and we can argue whether it was right or it was wrong. Personally, it was right for him, and that's enough for me. He made the decision he made. For him, it was right. I don't need to hear more about it. I have no doubt it was a very difficult decision that he wrestled with for a long time. Now, he's a millionaire. That's good for him. But Andrew Luck made his decision. So instead, I want to focus on his team, the Indianapolis Colts. Because in some way, I feel so bad for the Colts. I do. They built an incredible football team, and then they lost their centerpiece, their quarterback. It's like building an incredible house on a lake. A beautiful lakefront property, great house, and then the lake dries up. And you're like, man, we're left with a great house, I guess. But no matter how wonderful the house is, it will not be the same without the lake. The Colts starting quarterback is now Jacoby Brissett, a former New England Patriots backup. He's played well. I like him. He got a contract extension. He can win some games. I'll be honest. Jacoby Brissett, if you're going to have a guy be your guy, especially in this scenario, he's about one of the best guys you could possibly ask for to step up and be the Colts quarterback. But without Andrew Luck, the Colts went from fighting for a Super Bowl to simply fighting for a playoff spot. It just will not be the same. I look ahead at their schedule, and there are two games I'm really, really excited to watch coming up for the Indianapolis Colts. Week 5 against the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City, and Week 15, the Colts against the Saints in New Orleans. And by then, Drew Brees will be back. My question is, can Jacoby Brissett go on the road against a great quarterback and a great team and win? I don't think he can. I don't think Jacoby Brissett can go into Kansas City and win. I don't think he can go into New Orleans and beat the Saints, beat Drew Brees at home. It doesn't happen. And furthermore, I don't think he can go into New England and beat Tom Brady, which I think is something he would likely have to do in the playoffs. That's where my confidence level has gone for the Colts. They're still a good team. They're not terrible. But now I don't believe they can beat Tom Brady. Now I don't believe they can beat Patrick Mahomes. The Colts, in my opinion, are a very good football team that will not go as far as they could because of Andrew Luck's retirement. Now, here's the sad lesson in all of this. I hope other teams pay attention. Maybe the Texans better, pay attention. The Seahawks, for example, could take notes from what I'm about to say. The Colts brought this on themselves. It's sad, but it's true. Early in Andrew Luck's career, they did not provide him with a good offensive line. Now, in 2017, the Colts made a great move. They hired Chris Ballard to be their general manager. Chris Ballard has done a fantastic job. He's drafted well. He built a great team. He got Andrew Luck on offensive line. Ballard did everything he could. And the sad reality is that it was just too little, too late. September 27, 2015, Andrew Luck had a sprained shoulder. Later that year, November 8th, 2015, he had a lacerated kidney. Internal injuries from hits he took. 2015, sprained shoulder, lacerated kidney. Later that year, 2016, September 1st, he had a frayed labrum on the right side. I don't really fully understand what a frayed labrum means or what that is, but I do know that's his throwing shoulder. That's really bad for a quarterback. When I hear throwing shoulder, labrum, frayed, not good. And by the way, with a frayed labrum, he played 15 games that year. The only game he missed was because of a concussion, because he got hit really hard. Now, January 19, 2017 is when he had shoulder surgery. He didn't play at all that year. He did miss the entire 2017 season. And at one point, he was told not to throw a football for a couple months. Now, finally, in 2018, he came back. He was comeback player of the year. He was fantastic. But this preseason, he got hurt again, and he just walked away. So now I am done dealing with injuries. It's depressing. It's hard. I don't want to do it. And can anybody blame him? Like, I get if you criticize him, but the Colts did not do a good job early in his career taking care of their quarterback, keeping him safe from getting hit. And I feel sad for the Colts. They learned a hard lesson. The lesson is it's really important to have a good offensive line. I'm not asking for you to have a team full of Hall of Famers, but you got to give your guy a fighting chance. I hope other NFL teams learn from this. Do not squander the career of a great quarterback by not providing him with a capable offensive line. Again, don't need Hall of Famers, but you need to give the guy, the keyword is a fighting chance. A capable offensive line. For years, for a period of time, Andrew Luck had the worst offensive line in football. And it's finally come back to cost the Colts. It's sad. They have a great team. And Jacoby Brissett is a fine quarterback, but the ceiling got lowered because Andrew Luck is gone. And that's sad, and that's hard. Now, by the way, in football, there's a weird thing people call running backs and wide receivers. We call them skill positions because they're the fast guys with quote-unquote skills. And I think that's wrong. I would actually change that. I think offensive linemen should be called the skill positions because they deserve more respect. They deserve more love. They deserve that respect. Again, they are the lifeblood of a football team. Nobody really talks about them. Nobody seems to pay attention to them. But without an offensive line, you can't do much. No matter how great your quarterback is, if he's on his back the entire game, it doesn't matter. We need to start giving offensive lines more respect and valuing them more. Because not having one cost Andrew Luck a career. And I would hate to see that happen to other quarterbacks. Maybe Deshaun Watson with the Texans, maybe Russell Wilson with the Seahawks. Do not squander a great quarterback's career by not giving him a capable offensive line. It's very, very sad. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It is my favorite thing in the entire world. And you may not know, my dream when I graduate college eventually is to do this show as my full-time job. Now, I also want to be very upfront and honest about my plan and what's going on. I recently monetized my YouTube channel. What that means is that some of my videos make money through ad revenue. Now, it's fewer than you think. A lot of my videos get claimed. But in the past, I've received donations through the form of PayPal and Patreon.com. PayPal.me/Zach Schaumler, Patreon.com/Zach Schaumler. So because I'm making ad revenue, it felt weird to just get donations. I wanted to give something back to the people who support me on Patreon. So now there's a reward. If you support me on Patreon, you can submit questions at the dollar level or above. You just need to give $1 a month. If you do that, you can submit questions to a pool of questions where I look at. I'll read all the questions on Patreon, and I pick the top couple every episode and read them and answer them on a segment called Ask Zach. Pick the top couple questions and answer them at the end of every single episode. Now, that's for people who want to support me with money. If you have no money to give, I totally understand. I've actually never supported anybody on Patreon. I feel kind of weird about that. I'm a broke college kid myself. I totally understand. But if you believe in me and if you believe in my dream and still want to help me, one thing you can do is help me grow by telling your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow by telling your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. Guys, thank you so much. I know that was a long spiel. I really appreciate it, and hope you have a great day.